In this video, I'm going to show you how to locate some of the most significant pieces of biblical evidence, then open and read an English translation of each inscription. One exciting area of study is apologetics, where Christians utilize various evidences and logic to confirm biblical truth. It's vital for Christians to be aware of these evidences and understand their impact on the historicity of the Bible. So in this video, I want to show you how to use an interactive tool to browse ancient inscriptions that help us date and confirm the biblical record. First, go to the command bar and type in Open Ancient Inscriptions. Then select the command from the drop-down menu. When the interactive appears, choose to open it in a floating window, then maximize the size of your screen. The Ancient Inscriptions Interactive is an engaging way to browse some of the most significant findings that relate to the Bible. For me, it serves as a way to educate myself on these inscriptions as well as a visual aid that I can use in presentations. At first glance, you'll notice that the majority of my screen is taken up by a map marked with ancient cities and territories. On the left-hand side of the screen, we have a list of some of the most significant inscriptions that relate to the Bible. We can select one of these options and zoom in on that part of the map where the inscription was found. You'll also notice that this action pulls up an information card that provides me with a brief summary of each artifact along with some important links. For example, the Tel Dan stele is an engraved stone that attests to the house of David, and it was discovered just north of the Sea of Galilee. The Tel Dan stele is the only piece of archaeological evidence of King David, one of the most prominent figures in the Old Testament. Just below this description, Logos gives me a link to a Wikipedia article on the Tel Dan stele, then a link to the text engraved on the stone. The link opens Context of Scripture where we can read a more extensive summary as well as an English translation. Now we can do the same thing for the Cyrus Cylinder. Click this inscription from the left-hand options, and Logos takes us to the area of Babylon where the cylinder was discovered and pulls up an information card with a picture of the cylinder and a brief description. The Cyrus Cylinder is a significant piece of evidence because it attests to the declaration made by Cyrus the Great to send his captives back to their homeland. This historical event is recorded in the book of Ezra. If you open the English translation of the engraved text, you can read it in its entirety. What I like most about the context of Scripture is the way it highlights biblical references related to this piece of archaeological evidence. The declaration on this cuneiform text parallels the biblical report in Ezra 1, 1-6, 6, 1-5, and 2 Chronicles 36, 22-23. Now, going back to the information panel in the interactive, notice that inside the textual information, we have a link that says Clay Cylinder. Clicking this option opens the factbook to this entry. Here I can scroll down to the library results, expand the Faith Life Study Bible infographic resource, then select to open the infographic labeled Cyrus Cylinder. In a new window, we get a beautiful piece of media that helps us visualize this cylinder. If I right-click anywhere in the image, I can send this infographic to Visual Copy and share it with others in a presentation. Visual Copy lets me select the original infographic or choose to share a full view of the cylinder with limited text. The Ancient Inscription tool helps us explore significant historical findings that relate to the Bible. It's a great way to educate yourself or introduce your audience or class to evidence from the biblical world. Start using this tool today. Get Logos 6.